Well, hello, welcome to Double Talk. I'm Mark Steffen.
I am Michael Martinez. I'm Michael Mandel.
And you notice they said Martinez there.
And what did you think that our audience is going to think that we're going to talk about?
Well, it's not about Governor Martinez.
The outgoing governor.
And it's not about the actor A. Martinez.
Yes. It is about the drink, the Martinez, which some people consider the precursor of the martini.
Oh, you mean it was invented first?
Yes, and the reason being is that it was invented in America. And in America, we didn't have, we had white vermouth, which is considered French vermouth, after we got the red vermouth. So we had red vermouth first. And people liked sweet drinks in the old days, just because they needed energy. So, I'll do that last. So we have some red vermouth. This is Cinzano. Ever hear this stuff? Ever see an umbrella that has in
Europe
Italy
says
and
Cinzano
here too? So, in the spirit of having a lot of sweet stuff, 2 ounces of red vermouth. This is a recipe from Dale de Graaf, who's considered the Bible of books on making drinks, cocktails. They suggest Old Tom Gin. Old Tom Gin is a special type of gin, and the reason people like that is it's sweeter than dry gin. You never think about dry gin, sweet gin. It's sweeter, but it also has flavors of vanilla.
Last week we tasted 3 gins, but we didn't taste that one.
No, this is a unique type of gin. There's a few early weird gins. One would be this one, Old Tom's. The other would be...
That's all you're putting in?
That's it, man. That's what the recipe. It's 2 to 1. Less gin than, I told you, less gin than sweet vermouth. This can be harder because this is a 2 dashes of maraschino liqueur. This is one of my favorite additives, Luxardo maraschino liqueur. They also make...
You said it was sweet. I want to taste it.
All right. There he goes. That's it. We don't have any more. Maraschino liqueur is good for making the aviation, the last word.
You're right, it is. Much sweeter.
That was more than... It's sweet. This is maraschino liqueur. It's sweet. Luxardo also makes... So
with all that sweetness, you need something to cut it.
Yes, but this isn't much. This is apparently just 1 dash, which will probably end up... And this is Angostura bitters. You can either use Boker's, which is not around that much, but Angostura is the classic one.
How many bitters are there? I don't know.
There are thousands of bitters.
Bitter root?
There's Fees bitters. Luckily, this does...
Does it have a little...
It's got a squirter. There it is.
That was like 3 or 4 drops.
I know, but I might have put more in here. Who knows? We'll see. You're
might need more.
You're gonna want it.
We'll see.
Yes. So one of my favorite things to do, of course, is got everything in here.
On the rocks.
Right here. You shake this for about 20 seconds. If you stir, you have to do it about a minute.
My grandfather had Parkinson's. We just handed it to him and it shook itself.
Well, we know plenty of people who do that. So also the exciting thing about this is when your hand that's holding the metal thing starts to freeze,
you know it's ready.
You know it's ready.
Because you want to have it super chilled. And
remember doing the breakfast martini with marmalade?
Did we do that?
Yes. That was a good one.
I forgot. We better do it again.
No. Did you finish yours?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, it looks a pleasing color of brown.
It looks very vermouthy, sweet vermouthy.
Sweet vermouthy and Luxardo-y.
Luxardo-y.
Okay.
Well, let's see.
Let's see what it smells like.
It smells like
all those things you put in it.
Yes, it does.
It's sweet, but very pleasing.
It's sweet.
The bitters,
I think bitters help.
Yes. You can drop
Might
more.
need more.
Hurt.
I think it needs
wouldn't
more.
Hurt.
Probably needs. You probably use a little dry gin too.
A little more dry gin, yeah.
Yes. Here.
Oop.
Oh, that's enough.
Thanks a lot.
Oh, and since you had an early hit of gin, I'll add a little gin.
Yeah, some hit.
It's a hit.
That helped, actually.
A little dab will do you. What I find in making drinks is you use it. Yeah, knock me so it gets. Okay.
Like that'll make a difference.
Well, the dash of bitters made a difference. So
It bloody well should. It's a better drink.
yeah.
I'd recommend
bitters-
putting a little bit more
bitters.
gin in it as the recipe goes, and a little bit more bitters.
You know, with most drinks, you could always tweak. The Negroni, which we talk about a lot, has 3 equal portions
Yes.
of everything.
But you wouldn't have to have it.
You
equal
don't
if you
need
didn't
it.
want it.
No, one of the books suggests 1.5 parts gin to 1 part Campari and 1 part sweet vermouth.
Yes.
And that's not bad. And the lady who makes them, she's a waitress. She knows how to make them. In Double Eagle, does twice as much gin to 1 part of the other 2.
For the Negroni?
Yeah, and it's lighter. It's not as cloying with flavor.
So you found at least another bar that's got all 3 ingredients for the Negroni.
Yes, Double
good.
Eagle.
Now,
That
you-
was one of our 4, I think.
4 in town.
It's a 4 in town. That, Encanto, Sunset Grill, and Olive Garden, because it's got Campari. I think legally, anything that's Italian has to have Campari.
So why would Olive Garden?
It's Italian. It has Italian food.
Oh, if you say so.
Okay, well,
If you say so.
if you want to keep your prejudice against big corporations, keep them. If it weren't for big corporations, we'd never have Heyman's Old Time Gin.
If you've watched this show at all, you know that food and drink are one of our favorite
If you
topics.
haven't watched it, you're probably not watching it now. So don't worry about it. Anyway, so to make the Martinez, which is a lot of people, especially in Las Cruces, like sweet drinks. So this is perfect. And sweet drinks get you into regular drinks, which are not as cloying.
I see. This might be considered a girly drink?
No,
'Cause
I
it's
don't think so.
sweet?
No, this was founded in a
And it's not strong.
gold miners' town.
Yes.
I think the gold miners' town was Martinez.
Well, this is what they had to drink. I
In
guess.
California. No, people like
Somebody
sweet
showed
stuff.
up with this
People
stuff.
like sweet stuff. Dry stuff came with the British, really. It's a bit too cloying for
London
me,
dry
too sweet.
gin.
I'd rather have something a little drier. Because, it's also the British who imported Bordeaux, which was usually a drier red wine.
The British
than
imported it, but the French made it.
Yeah, because the British liked a drier wine. The French liked wine.
Yeah.
In general.
The spectrum.
So this is the Martinez. If you want to do your own mix, I would do more gin, less sweet vermouth. Everybody knows what a martini is. You know what it is, right?
A martini.
Is?
That's gin with a waft of white vermouth
Yes. And as you say,
and an olive.
and what's your theory about the atomic bomb being tested here?
Well, that's how you make the driest gin ever. Because when they set the atomic bomb off outside of Alamogordo, one of the scientists put a bottle of vermouth there next to the bomb.
Right.
So when the bomb exploded, it vaporized the vermouth into the atmosphere.
So there's vermouth
when
in
you make
the
it,
atmosphere.
Yeah, so you just hold your glass up, you get all the vermouth you need for your martini, and then you add the gin.
That's true.
and the
There's
olive.
all these things. You don't want a lot of vermouth, but a little vermouth helps. It brings it out.
That's right.
Anyway,
So,
what happened yesterday?
well, Black Friday was yesterday.
Wow.
And as usual, it was
Here,
a
I'll
nightmare.
drink to yesterday.
Yes. It was a nightmare in many places. Although some of the stores actually stayed open on Thursday.
Most
Thanksgiving.
places, you look online and people are advertising. Here, people are advertising Black Friday all of November, pretty much. How's that?
And and then of course Monday is what they call Cyber Monday, when the online deals are there to be had, apparently.
Thank goodness there's no rush of people going to the stores, going on the computer on Monday, because there'll be all this confusion.
Well, I've never participated in Cyber Monday, have you? Or Black Friday, for that matter.
You try to stay away from stores on
Yes.
Friday, and there's no reason to go Cyber Monday. In
Well,
fact,
they mark things down, allegedly.
all the deals that are online now are Black Friday,
Are they?
Cyber Monday.
Why wait till that one day?
Why do they just have it on one day? You know why? Gets you excited, makes you think you have to buy it right away. Some people, when they make decisions, are thinking, oh, I don't need it now. And then people say, oh, look, I can get a great deal. sit back and relax on Cyber Monday. Actually, you can make yourself a Martinez or something drier called a martini.
Yeah.
And do your... The reason you don't do cyber stuff is because you don't trust the internet with your credit card.
Well, everybody's getting hacked, so why participate with that?
This last week, Uber got hacked.
Yeah, I've taken Uber. You've taken Uber.
Yeah, but not with my own phone.
Whose phone?
My daughter's. Or whoever we're with. That
she got hacked.
We don't have a smartphone. We have a flip phone.
I see.
Black Friday. Over. Done with. I got everything I need. I have 3 45-inch screens.
3?
Yeah, that's what I bought yesterday.
No, you didn't.
So that way you could look like a newsroom.
Oh, I see.
Like we'll make this into a newsroom. We'll put like all these
channel
screens here.
98.
That's a screen.
Put the Las Cruces channel on one TV.
Yes.
Then whatever else,
and then we put CBS and NBC.
And those porn stations.
And then ABC. And the porn stations?
That you like.
Oh, those. From TV.
Right. Now, this week, I hadn't realized this till just the other day.
When you listen to NPR?
Yes, it's Native American Heritage Month. Now,
Yes.
they should have been promoting this sooner because I just heard about it this week.
I think that's been Native Americans' problem all along. Ever since Thanksgiving, or the original people, they had bad press. They never got. They need good media
Right,
people.
they've been getting screwed ever since.
They can't figure it out. There was somebody complaining on NPR last week that the day after Thanksgiving is Native American Day.
Yeah, Friday.
And they said, well, no. They took it from us, and now they give us this day that's Friday.
Right. So
on the other hand, Friday's a more important day.
They're at the Thursday's football game in Washington, D.C., the Redskins were playing, and they protested out in front of the stadium because the team is called the Redskins.
Well, one of the reasons that people pick names like that is the Redskins, or the Native Americans, were, vicious warriors. This is why they want to be known as, people, I don't know too many sports teams, but they're called things that are vicious, like the Senators.
The Bears.
The Senators, they're vicious.
Well, yes.
The Bears, the Lions,
Cincinnati
the
Indians,
Marlins.
Cleveland Indians.
They use
but
animals, the Tigers.
Yes, but
Tigers should, they're called
the
Redskins.
The players on the Redskins are vicious warriors too, and they're mostly black. So do you think they'd like to be called the Blackskins? I don't think they would.
The Blackskins were not known for being warriors.
Well, they are now.
Blackskins.
The Blackskins.
Well, we don't call them the Blackskins.
Well, who called them the Redskins? The white men.
They call them the Black Sox.
Well, there's that too. But now,
Why do they call them the Red Sox? Why would that be scary?
It's not.
White Sox.
But, there's caricatures of other Indians, like the Cleveland Indians. That's Wahoo, their mascot. There's the Atlanta Braves.
Well, Braves.
They do
Braves.
the tomahawk chop.
See the tomahawk thing? That's a sign of being a good warrior. And what you want in your team is warriors. That's what you're going.
No, there's not one American Indian on that team.
Remember, it doesn't matter. Sports are a metaphor for not fighting against each other to kill each other, merely to win, to get more points. We're trying to sublimate the aggression that men normally have. Normally, if they can't aggress women, then they'll aggress against other men and kill each other.
Right. But the American Indians are insulted by it, and they feel it's demeaning to their subculture.
Well, they should be insulted by the fact that they have to get people to gamble, which is encouraging sickness in people. Gambling is kind of a sickness. Yes, that's who.
Oh, games of chance. It's not necessarily a sickness.
Well,
have you ever played bingo?
Oh man, that is sick. You really got to be. That's a tough game to sit there and listen to a number and you go, oh look, I got it.
This is a picture of an actual powwow. A powwow isn't just a place where you have a meeting in your office. This is a real powwow.
Boy, you really listened to that NPR thing about it. Yeah, I listened to it. Yeah, the guy who was talking about it said, "Oh, you can't use the word powwow. We do special things in powwows."
Well, to them, Redskins means a scalped dead Indian.
Nah, if you remember the Mel Brooks movie Blazing Saddles, there was a vegan version of that.
What's that?
Blazing Salads.
There was?
Yes. Didn't you see that? Anyway, Mel Brooks is sitting on this thing, and he's looking at the black guy. Goes, "Oh, look, they're darker than us."
Darker than us.
And he did it in a Yiddish accent.
Yeah.
There are some theories. This doesn't seem like a great theory. Is that the 10 lost tribes? There were 12 tribes of Israel. 2 remained in Israel. 10, they don't know what happened to.
They're lost.
They're lost, but they thought, well, maybe they settled in North America.
How'd they get here?
The Bering Strait.
Oh, that maybe they took a canard line over.
They did. You know why?
From Israel to the Bering Sea? I'm sorry, that's not anywhere near. That's a long walk.
Took a long time.
And a lot of paddling.
Not only that, the Native Americans apparently came here 40,000 years ago because they obviously, first of all, how'd you get people in South America? That means that at 40,000 people coming across the Bering Sea had to travel all the way down. Even in a car, it takes a long time. And since it does, we're going to go take a break, and we'll see you after the break. And maybe we'll talk more about things that are important.
Pertinent to us.
Everybody wants cheap airfare, but where do you find it? You call Low Cost Airlines. They specialize in cheap flights, discount hotel rooms, cheap car rental rates, and with a best price guarantee. If you want the lowest prices on your airline tickets or other travel services, call now. That's right, call. That's the only way to get these rates. Experts are standing by 24/7 to get you the cheapest airfare and hotel rates available. So don't wait. Call now.
Friend, do you remember when it felt good to withdraw your cash from the bank to expand a business, go on vacation, or buy a new car? Well, today, withdrawing your own cash has become a very risky business. According to the secret war, banks are now required to spy on us for the government and then report any suspicious or unusual behavior. I suggest you get the secret war free. Call the number on your screen or visit online.
This is a national healthcare alert from the Health Hotline. If you, a family member, or a loved one suffers from knee pain and have Medicare as your primary insurance, we've got great news. You could qualify for a pain-relieving knee brace at little or no cost to you. Get free delivery, and all the paperwork is handled by our accredited suppliers at no charge to you. We also have other pain-relieving braces available for shoulder, ankle, and your back. Call the number on your screen right now to immediately receive a pain-relieving brace at little or no cost.
Well, we are back. This is Double Talk on the Las Cruces channel. I'm Mark Steffen.
I'm Michael Mandel. How'd you like Thanksgiving? Was it pretty good?
Yes.
I just want to know, since we had it together, so I want to see what you thought, so I know what to think about it when it comes up.
It's all about the getting
camaraderie.
together.
Yes, that's what it's about.
A group of people. We had a group of 6 people that we supped with.
Yes. And we probably drank a lot of white wine.
Yes, that's probably.
Although Pinot Noir is a good red wine to have with your turkey because it's mild. It doesn't clash with flavor. We should talk about things on this list because you spent so much time talking about North American Heritage Month.
Yes. So what's left of it?
Seminoles. What is this? Anyway.
So standardized testing.
Where'd you get that?
Is what the New Mexico public schools are all about. The teachers are forced to teach toward the test.
Yeah.
And there were attempts to remove certain things from the curriculum that a group thought maybe was
racially biased,
a little too controversial for students to learn about.
Really,
like Rosa Parks being arrested for
people don't like Parks
not giving up her seat on the bus.
She was good.
The Roe v. Wade history.
Look how you got that time. 1973 does not feel like too long ago.
Well, the older you get, the more history there is to learn.
I know, man. That's why my mind is just packed.
They also tried to remove any mention of the atomic bomb being dropped on Japan.
Really? It's kind of hard to avoid that, especially if you're in Nagasaki or Hiroshima.
Yes.
let's
Anything that makes America
avoid that.
looks bad is what they wanted to remove.
Well,
basically.
history is written by the victors.
Well, yeah. Well,
We were the victors, but we also,
we won the civil rights war.
We were
too.
victors in that too, the civil rights thing and
we must never
abortion,
forget.
the fact that women have a right to choose, and the atomic bomb, that not all wars are pretty. A lot of wars, we love, but when you have to use an atomic bomb because your opposition really doesn't give in too easily.
Atomic bomb will really wreck your week.
It does.
Yeah. So,
But there's no chance of that happening now, is there?
No.
there? Nobody is
Not with our
threatening
president.
atomic bombs.
No, but unfortunately, our country long ago, our country decided that militarism was more important than the welfare of its citizens.
It's obviously true.
And
You know why?
why?
Well, as Eisenhower said,
There's more
that's
money.
the government, and corporations.
That's right.
Big corporations. That's where you make money. In fact, it's better to have a war than to build homes or make hospitals. Those hospitals and homes last a long time. When you make munitions, if you use them, you need new ones right away.
Right. They do have a sell-by date. You got to use them up and get some more.
That's right. You better use them. That's why when the president came in, he said, "We have all these nuclear weapons. What do we have them for? We might as well use them.
Production for use.
Might as well use them.
All 20,000?
Nuclear weapons." But I guess he means that. Why waste them?
That's right.
Deterrent is kind of a subtle term, isn't it?
Yes. Well,
Like recidivism.
well, there was a mobile home fire this week
I was wondering if you're going to talk about that.
here in Doñana County. And the reason the mobile home caught fire was because they used one of those bug bombs,
Yeah.
and pest bombs. It sets out a toxic fume, really. And if you have your gas pilot light on, or the gas is on in the
It's
house,
that toxic.
It can-
My God.
it'll basically set the atmosphere on fire.
So those of you in trailers, what is that? Oh, a picture
a
of
bug
a
bomb.
bug bomb. It looks like Budweiser beer, like that's boiling.
And so, be very careful. Read the instructions on those because
Well, one good thing is you're supposed to be out of the house when you use it.
Yes.
So then when your house is burning up,
You're not there.
You're safe.
You're
So
safe.
that's a safe thing.
it can also get sucked into your refrigerator.
Bed bug and flea fogger. That's. They used to say it's really hard to get rid of bed bugs, but
Yes, it
apparently it's easier now if you can do that.
You also have a thing you freeze them. Special devices, they come in and they freeze the mattress.
Liquid nitrogen, I bet.
I don't know. But so be very careful with those bug bombs. Read the directions on the back carefully.
Anyway,
Now,
don't worry about that.
the Las Cruces
Just
Chamber
don't do
of
it.
Commerce, according to a press release in the newspaper this week,
Yes, what's this about?
they're having what they call the Pulse of the
dinner.
City.
Oh, yes, lunch.
Having a luncheon, and the mayor will be there.
Didn't it happen already?
And
Wasn't it like yesterday?
they didn't put
They didn't put the date
they
in.
put the date of the time.
So
in.
I'm guessing it was
knows?
Friday. That's Stuart
That's
Eade,
the city manager.
spelled Ed.
And so the topic was Pulse of the City. It was open to the public as
But
long
they
as you're
don't tell
willing
you
to
when.
pay $30.
$30. Well, those are people who really care.
So you're paying for an overpriced
fundraising.
rubber chicken,
Yes.
and
Are you sure there's chicken? There might be like
Something
burgers from Jake's.
I doubt
That would
that.
be great. Or pizza.
for $30. Yeah.
Well, anyway, so, you want to say
So I'm sorry we missed it because we didn't know when or where it was.
Yes, that was a noticeable thing.
They didn't tell us.
God, we must read the same paper. Which one do you get from Las Cruces?
The only one we get.
Sometimes? The sometimes?
The
It
daily
comes- Well, the Daily Toothpick.
Yeah.
It's thin.
Now,
Let's keep going.
Doñana County, they have to pay back wages to the sheriff's office because the pay bump
They're raised.
was approved, which
Retroactively.
It's retroactive. So
We don't have money.
They need to come up with over $2 million to cover those back wages and the future wages to come.
On the other hand, the state has made lots of money based on state taxes recently because we've been doing so well in the entertainment and dining business and
Tourism
all those
is one of the
things.
state's top
So we do have
industries.
money.
But the county doesn't. It's probably the
County
poorst
does have
county
money.
in the...
People think, let's cut taxes. When you cut taxes, you can't buy stuff. You pay taxes, it's a sliver of your paycheck. If you don't have a paycheck,
And the sheriff's
don't
office,
sliver it.
they're unionized. But they're with the Communication Workers of America Union.
Communication workers.
Yes, it's Alice's union.
Oh, really? Phone people.
Yeah, and
We don't need phone people.
People that work in communications.
Why do you need a phone person? You have your own phone.
They use radios, though.
Oh, is that it?
So anyway, I hope the county finds a way to come up with 2-point-something million.
Oh, they'll get it from us, right? They have money. The county is making money,
Instead of buying stuff.
This county has Santa Teresa as part of it, doesn't it? And
instead of buying new sheriff's office vehicles,
that's true.
they can save that money and give it to...
Okay, we better run through the rest of our schedule. We have... something rose up here. What happened? Something...
they had a Charlie horse.
Yeah.
Charlie Rose, although he didn't die...
he's pretty much off media.
His career's dead, though.
Everybody loved Charlie Rose because he was so intense and everything.
Well, he annoyed me. He does what we do for a living. He talks to people.
We don't talk to people. We talk to each other.
Well, speak for yourself.
I do.
And Charlie Rose actually used to annoy me because he, of course, interrupted you all the time, and he made his questions more important than your answers.
He did. He totally used everything you wanted to say. Did I have this quote? Oh, this is a quote from somebody I'm on Facebook with,
yes,
who said, "Over-talking is pretty much the most misogynistic, boring quality a television host can possess. All women know what I mean." And that's Kate Keene. Thank you.
Uh-huh. Well, I see a lot of women on MSNBC, and they do a lot of interrupting there, too, who are hosting their own shows.
Well, a lot of people frame their questions so that they know what their ends are. Okay, let's keep. We got to.
David Cassidy died.
We can talk about sex abuse all day.
He was in the Partridge Family
but
TV
has
show.
nothing to do with sex abuse.
And had a lot of big hits on the radio.
A lot of girls like David Cassidy. So
yeah,
that's sex.
And he was only 9? 67.
67.
Young guy.
You wanted to mention Malcolm Young from.
But we also lost
Della Reese.
Yeah.
Yes.
She was a singer from the 50s and 60s, and then became an actress in
That's how
the
she
90s.
got more famous for her face.
She was Touched by an Angel.
And Malcolm Young from AC/DC.
Yeah. His brother Angus Young is also in the band.
And Malcolm was young too. He was 64.
Yeah. One of the biggest rock bands in the
people,
world.
they call him an Australian band, but looking online, it turns out he was born in Glasgow, which is Scotland. Which gives him that great accent and a good barrel to his mouth, although he didn't do the most
his brother
singing.
Angus would come out in the kilts.
Yes, they liked it.
Yeah.
But they were from Australia. They were an Australian gang.
No, so...
they had a lot of energy.
So
they had both AC and DC.
Yeah, so what's going to happen to them? The band?
Well, they were from 40 years ago anyway. It doesn't matter what happens.
They're still functioning.
They could retire. All you need is another guitarist. It's simple. You get Malcolm Young Jr., that's all you need.
Well, we're out of time.
So we're out of time. I hope you had a great Thanksgiving and hope you have a great Cyber Monday.
And a great rest of the Native American Heritage Month.
And be festive. Have your bubbles now.
That's it for Double Talk right here on the Lost Graces channel.